Good morning everyone. I'm Mark Carlo D. Bondok and I will now conduct a seminar about solid waste management. Republic Act of 9003, known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000, that states that policies and penalties for certain prohibited acts that can harm the environment. It describes solid waste management as a discipline associated with the control of generation, storage, collection, transfer, and transport, processing, and disposal of solid waste. Sinasabi sa batas na ito na ang mga gawain ng tao na makakasira o makapagdulot ng masamang epekto sa ating environment ay pinagbabawal. Sinasabi din na ang solid waste management ay ang disiplina at sa pangongolekta ng basura na dinadala sa tamang lugar para ito ay i-dispose doon. It is the act providing for an ecological solid management program, creating the necessary institutional mechanism and incentives, declaring certain acts prohibited and providing penalties, appropriating funds, and for other purposes. RA 9003 was passed on December 20, 2000 and approved on January 26, 2001 by the Office of the President. It is passed in the administration of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Ito ang isa sa mga statistics na ginawa dito sa Pilipinas na nagpapakita kung gaano karami ang nage-generate ng mga Pilipino na basura araw-araw. Makikita natin na sa mga high income na mga Pilipino, ang pinakamarami na naproproduce nila na basura ay mga plastic. Makita rin natin sa upper middle income ng mga Pilipino, ang pinakamarami nilang napoproduce na basura ay plastic. Meron itong 54% sa percentage. At sa lower middle income naman ay makita natin na plastic din ang pinakamarami nilang napoproduce na basura. Pati na rin ito sa low income ng mga Pilipino. Pinapakita lamang ng statistics na ito na plastic ang pinakamarami na naproproduce na basura ng mga Pilipino sa araw-araw. Ilan lamang ito sa mga uri ng solid waste na napoproduce ng mga tao sa araw-araw. Ito ay mga household hazardous waste, construction and demolition debris, industrial and commercial waste, hazardous waste lumps, regulated medical waste, use oil, at waste tires. Comprehensive solid waste management, waste characterization and segregation. The solid waste generation within the area of jurisdiction shall be characterized for the initial source of waste reduction and recycling element of the local waste management plan. Makikita sa larawan ang iba't ibang klase ng mga basura. Ito ay mga papel, organic, glass, metal, e-waste, plastic, at expired drugs. Makikita rin natin dito na kung saan nilalagay ang mga basura sa tamang lugar para masegregate atin ang basura ng maayos. Source reduction. This refers to the methods by which the LGU can reduce a sufficient amount of solid waste disposed within 5 years. Dito naman sa source reduction ay binabawasan ang dami ng mga nasasayang na mga solid waste kagaya ng mga pagkain dahil ito ay nasasayang at natatapon lamang sa basurahan. collection and transport of solid waste. The geographic subdivision are taken into account in coverage of the solid waste collection, the area in every barangay ensuring 100% collection efficiency within 24 hours from all sources. Makikita natin sa larawan kung paano ang transportation ng solid waste ng mga barangay at dito kinukuha ng mga tao ang ating mga basura at nilalagay ito sa truck at dinadala sa mga dadalan nito at dito ay didispose ang basura. Recycling Program. The Department of Trade and Industry, in coordination with concerned agencies, is directed to publish an inventory of existing markets for recyclable materials, product standards for recyclable and recycled materials, and a proposal to stimulate demand for the production of recyclable materials and products. Sinasabi dito na ang Department of Trade and Industry ay nakikipag-koordina sa mga agency na pwedeng magbenta ng mga non-recyclable materials at kung ano-ano ang pwedeng ibenta ng mga gamit na na-recycle galing sa basura. MRF, Material Recovery Facility. LGU are mandated to establish a material recovery facility in each barangay or cluster of barangay designed to receive, sort, process, and store compostable and recyclable materials efficiently. Makikita sa larawan ang isa sa mga material recovery facility na pinalagay ng mga local government unit o LGU sa mga barangay. Dito nilalagay ang mga solid waste na pwede pang recycle kagaya ng botelya, pothaw o lata, plastic, goma, papel o karton at mga di na nagagamit na mga bagay. Composting. The Department of Agriculture shall publish an inventory of existing markets and demands for compost that is updated annually. This compost intended for commercial distribution should conform to the standard set by the DA for organic fertilizers. Ito ang isa sa example ng isang compost pit. Dito nilalagay ang mga organic na mga solid waste at dito ay binubulok ito para ito ay gawing pataba or fertilizer para ilagay ulit sa mga lupa para mapataba ang lupa at pwede itong ilagay sa mga tanim. The government sector shall be represented by the heads of following agencies in their ex officio capacity: Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Interior and Local Government, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Public Works and Highways, Department of Health, Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Agriculture, Metro Manila Development Authority, League of Provincial Governors. League of City Mayors, League of Municipal Mayors, Association of Barangay Councils, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, and Philippine Information Agency. The private sector shall be represented by the following: a representative from non-government organizations whose principal purpose is to promote recycling and the protection of air and water quality, a representative from the recycling industry, and a representative from the manufacturing or packaging industry. Local Government Solid Waste Management, National Solid Waste Management Commission, NSWMC, mandated to publish guidelines for identification of areas with common waste management problems and appropriate unit for clustering solid waste management services. This is to reinforce provision of the local government code of all provinces, municipalities, and barangays to consolidate or coordinate efforts, services, and resources to establish common waste treatment and disposal facilities. Incentives. Fiscal incentives. Consistent with the provisions of EO 226, otherwise known as the Omnibus Investment Code, the following tax incentives shall be granted: tax and duty exemption on imported capital equipment and vehicles. Within 10 years upon effectively of this act, LGUs, enterprises, or private entities shall enjoy tax and duty-free importation of machinery, equipment, vehicles, and spare parts used for collection, transportation, segregation, recycling, reuse, and composting of solid waste, provided that the importation of such machinery, equipment, vehicle, and spare parts shall comply with the following conditions. Financing solid waste management. Solid Waste Management Fund. There is hereby created as a special account in National Treasury, a solid waste management fund to be administered by the Commission. Such fund shall be sourced from the following: fines and penalties imposed, proceeds of permits and license issued by the government under this act, donations, endowments, grants, and contributions from domestic and foreign sources, and amounts specifically appropriated for the fund under the annual General Appropriations Act. The fund shall be used to finance the following: product, facilities, technologies, and processes to enhance proper solid waste management, awards and incentives, research programs, information, education, communication, and monitoring activities, technical assistance, and capability building activities. Penal Provisions Prohibited Acts. The following acts are prohibited: littering, throwing, dumping of waste materials in public places, such as roads, sidewalk, canals, esteros, or parks, an establishment or causing or permitting the same. The fine is 300 to 1,000 pesos or community service, 1 to 15 days, in LGU where violators was made. Undertaking activities or operating, collecting, or transporting equipment in violation of sanitation operation and other requirements permits set forth in establishment pursuant. The penalty is fine of 300 to 1,000 pesos or imprisonment of 1 to 15 days. The open burning of solid waste. There is a penalty of fine of 300 to 1,000 pesos or imprisonment of 1 to 15 days. Causing or permitting the collection of non-segregated or unsorted waste. Imprisonment of 1 to 15 days. Squatting in open dump site and landfills. There's a penalty na fine of 1,000 to 3,000 pesos and imprisonment of 15 days to 6 months or both. Open dumping, burying of biodegradable or non-biodegradable materials in flood-prone areas. There is a penalty and a fine of 1,000 to 3,000 pesos or imprisonment of 15 days to 6 months or both. Unauthorized removal of recyclable materials intended for collection by authorized persons. There is a penalty and a fine of 1,000 to 3,000 pesos or imprisonment of 15 days to 6 months or both. The mixing of source-separated recyclable materials with other solid waste in any vehicle, box, container, or receptacle used in solid waste collection or disposal. There is a penalty of 500,000 pesos plus an amount not less than the 5% but not more than the 10% of his annual income during the previous year. Establishment or operation of open dams as enjoined in this act, or closure of said dams in 30th violation of Section 37. There is a penalty of 500,000 pesos plus an amount not less than the 5% but not more than the 10% of his net annual income during the previous year. Importation of consumer products packaged in a non-environmentally acceptable materials. There is a penalty of 500,000 pesos plus an amount not less than the 5% but not more than the 10% of his net annual income during the previous year. Thank you for listening to this seminar. I hope you enjoy and learn more about the solid waste management. Thank you.